Hello, cousin Johnny here. I'd like to shout out to the sponsors of the Buzzin' with Cousin show. Max Fit Meals, 520 Fremont Street, Monterey. Grab and go healthy meals. They're delish. I Heart You Candles and Gifts, 329 Lighthouse in Monterey. Also Tuesday night at Farmers Market, Monterey. That garlic stuff. If you like garlic, you're going to love that garlic stuff. Tuesday at Monterey Farmers Market. And go to thatgarlicstuff.com for more information and more locations. Destination 831. Live streaming. Promote yourself. Promote your business. Destination 831. Go to Facebook, and Kevin Armstead will take care of you. The Sweet Spot on 9 Delfino Place, Carmel Valley, California. Beautiful spot. Sit out there in the sun. You got olive oil. You've got wine tasting. You got sandwiches, baked goods. The Sweet Spot. 9 Delfino Place, Carmel Valley. Thank you, the sponsors, for helping out. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, welcome to Buzzin' with Cousin Johnny here. How's everybody doing out there? Looks like a great day, and I got a special guest today. I'm touching base with him because he's been living out of town, and every now and then he comes to Monterey. He's an old friend of ours. He's a musician, a songwriter. And please welcome Sean Ryan. Sean, welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
We're touching base with you. I know you were on here like 6-7 months ago, and we always like to contact you and see how you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
And live from Nashville, Tennessee, Sean Ryan. So, Sean, once again, the people that don't know you, I know you have a lot of followers here. In fact, we were talking about you the other day with Roberta.
Oh, thank you.
I saw you, Roberta.
Yeah, that's right.
No, anyway. So, Sean, you grew up in Pacific Grove, right?
Yeah, I started everything on my career out in that area. And I would listen to my headphones, walk to Lighthouse down up the hill, and go to the beach every day, listening to music and daydreaming. And I have a lot of great memories in that area.
And you picked up the guitar. And
then I picked up the guitar, had a heartbreak, and that taught me a lesson that life can change at any moment. So I thought, if that is the scenario, then I'm going to do the things that I want to do because, hey, right, it can change. And I'm very grateful it led me to this path. Absolutely.
Yeah, then you played around a lot in Monterey. You played at different venues and wineries, Pebble Beach.
the beginnings of that, yeah.
And you played at festivals.
Yes. Our good friend Mark would do that.
Yeah, with our old friend Mark Paulus. And then all of a sudden I heard Sean Ryan's moving to Nashville, Tennessee. I go, really? And they go, yeah. And I go, that sounds good. So how did that happen?
I'm one of those people. I study a lot before I do something.
Yeah.
I don't say much, but I'm always observing. And I was observing things that I needed to do. And I saw friends out in this area, my good friend Taylor Kropp, and I visited this area, and I was just trying to think where I wanted to go next with my music. And I made a decision, and then I had to make an announcement. I had the decision by December, actually. I knew I wanted to go, and that's what I was going to do. But I waited a few months before I broke the news because I just wanted to have everything ready before I just said, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." So that's what ended up happening.
Now, did you have friends there, or a connection, or you just went just sight unseen?
I mean, I knew a few people maybe just like from like a luncheon. And my good friend, of course, Taylor just moved out here, but
Yeah,
I've always loved doing things by myself. I love the
yeah,
challenge of proving to myself that I can pretty much do almost everything, almost. But just as a challenge, I'm not saying I can, but as a challenge, I want to try.
yeah.
And it seemed like a good challenge. In fact, I remember a conversation I had with one of my influencers in that area, and we're sitting down, and he mentioned that if I continued to stay where I was at, I could, maybe get some new shingles on my roof. And it didn't sound appealing to me at that point. I
Yeah,
I figured that I can always come back to the shingles, the roofing.
right.
You
Yeah.
know, so I took a risk. Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes that sometimes that's what you got to do in life is
Yeah,
and
and,
and
take risks. And you know what? I was also my father. I love my father very much. He taught me a lot of great values, and one of those things was just don't assume, don't project that you're going to fail, because then you do this, but just always go with the goal. And that's what I did, and it helped.
now, how long you lived there now, Sean?
6 years.
Man, it's been that long, huh? That's
Yeah,
great.
I've become a regular in this area. It's good. People know me in this
They
area
know
now.
you. They've got you've got venues that you play at, and
Yes. Yes. I'm very grateful for that. And of course, I get to do great opportunities out in this area. I was on Good Morning America this December, performing with this beautiful and wonderful, talented artist, Mariah.
wow,
And
that's really great. Yeah,
Yeah, and being around those musicians and stuff like that, even during rehearsal, even through the taping for the show, you're just surrounded by just this. It's why you came to Nashville. Every time you hear those experiences, you're like,
yeah.
this is why.
It's a great, from what I understand, a great place, and some people are going there instead of like going to somewhere else. As
Yeah.
far as entertainment, action, fun, instead of going to Las Vegas, they're going to Nashville. I mean,
Well,
that's what
it's
these people told me. Yeah,
it's a music city. I think for many years, country music started out over here, and that's great stuff. And then the city started, obviously growing with different people inspired by all that legacy. And then now it's a music city. It's everyone from around the world is starting to come here, and that, as we've seen, can lead to a lot of great things because you get ideas from everywhere. And how does that not improve whatever's
yeah,
already?
that is really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Sean, if you, how many you have one album out, or I mean, I don't. How
Uh,
many?
yeah, I got one full album out. Finer Things has about 12 tracks, and then an EP, Mercy, has about five. And then I've been kind of releasing singles throughout the years for obvious reasons. It's kind of been a weird few years, and
Yeah, it's been weird. Yeah,
trying to do recording studio stuff. Everyone is trying to be safe and cautious. And for all of 2020, we delayed two releases for another year, which was torture to my heart to have to hold on to a song that long after that. After it
well,
was,
yeah, you're anxious to get it out, and
yeah,
it's
I want to share it. And one thing that kind of happens with music as you write it, you're writing it during that perspective of that period of your time. But we all grow from that period of time. So a year later, 2 years later, you kind of feel like you're a different writer now than even that, because you're like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember that scenario, and it wasn't as bad as I made it sound like. Growth.
yeah. So, Sean, you still come to back to the roots, Monterey area every now and then. What, a couple times a year? Or
Except for these last 2 years, I do have some friends and family out there, so I try to go see them. And I have been back, I think, twice in the last 2 years to see my baby nephew that my brother had. and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be spending time with family more and than always being on the road. So I'm trying to make up for certain lost years. And yeah, but this is I haven't performed over there for the open events in about 2 years now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you were telling me earlier when we talked earlier that you might be playing where at one of the wineries or something coming up, or
Yes, Hans Winery, June 26th, starting at 12. Uh,
okay, that's right around the corner.
right around the
That's
corner.
Han down that now. Let's let everybody know. They know if they don't know, that's Han is down on River Road all the way down, and it's a beautiful winery. I mean, just really, really the way it's laid out, and it's just really beautiful. That's going to be a great setting.
Oh, I am looking forward to that.
Definitely, you definitely need a designated driver for sure. Yeah. Any other dates in Monterey while you're there, or just kind of hang out, just relax?
That's about it. I have a event happening in Pismo Beach that Friday, but nothing
Okay.
around the area. Yeah, so I'm just kind of just doing my rounds and yeah, I'm thinking about the Sunday thing. You're absolutely right. And you can always kind of hang out a little afterwards too if you need to.
Oh yeah.
But yes, yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing the folks I haven't seen in the last 2 years.
Yeah, you better make sure you contact me so we can have that glass of wine.
Yes, let's do
Yeah,
that.
for old times. And now, Sean, you mentioned that you might be going to Europe. Is that true on a tour? Or?
That's right. 11 cities in 5 days. So this will be my fourth time back out there, and I'm happy to be traveling across overseas again. Again, that was one of those things that I lost during the whole lockdown and all those things. So it's amazing to go back over there. We were supposed to do this in 2020. So
Yeah.
we're 2022. That's already, a couple of years late.
Yeah, it's a couple years, man. It went by quick, I'll tell you.
It did. It did go by quick.
I mean, it kind of didn't when we were stuck.
Right.
Now it seems like things are starting to move around and
right. So I was telling you when we were just about to go live on here, I was in South Carolina the weekend before. I was doing this great show I just wanted to see what it was like, what people were like now, and it was beautiful. Everyone was in a good mood. Everyone was happy to be out. I could feel that they wanted that as well. And it was very inspiring and touching to see people wanting to do that,
Yeah.
Because I think we lost all that for so long.
We did. Now in Monterey, there's more venues now that are offering, live music.
Oh, cool.
The artists in it, a lot more than before. Just different restaurants, different. There's a new club called the Urban Lounge. That's really a good spot.
Yeah.
Maybe you can play there or something one of these times. And just like different restaurants are bringing in like music.
Yes.
Just offering a venue it's great for the customers. It's great for the restaurant. It's great for the musician. So I noticed that happened after this pandemic. It's like more of that's happening because they were doing like small solo acts in different restaurants, outdoors or whatever. And now that we're still plugging away at this pandemic, but it's slowly going away, I guess. But the restaurants are starting to keep those venues because they were so popular. So that's what's new in Monterey. And
that's cool, man. I'm happy to see. There's actually, so sometimes, I keep tabs on. I try to keep tabs on everyone as the best of my abilities to stay in touch.
Yeah.
And there's there's this one particular artist that has caught my attention lately, and I don't know her name, but apparently she's just like this 14-year-old singer, and she's
Oh yeah, you just you funny that you say that.
what? Did you see her?
I just saw her
Yes,
uh
great.
like 3 days ago at
Yeah.
you know, when I'm telling you about different venues. Well, the uh the theater in the forest in Carmel, you know, where they did musicals and they do shows, uh, live theater. Well, I guess during the pandemic, I think I lost you here for a
Oh,
second.
no.
I may have lost you here for. You
Oh,
can hear me, right?
I
Oh,
can
here
hear
you
you.
are. So during the pandemic, they redid a complete remodel of that place,
Oh, whoa.
and they did one play, I guess 6 7 months ago, and this last weekend they did a show.
That's cool.
Three ladies, you know, just three separate ladies, and one of them was Catherine Lavin, the girl that you're talking about.
That's the girl. Okay, so
Lavin, and she was fantastic.
she sounded great. Yes, I remember I was like scrolling through Facebook, and I heard that. Usually, I'm irritated that Facebook plays things automatically, right? That
Yeah.
usually is an irritation. But when I heard that, I was like, oh wow, she would, what a great voice, and she seems like a natural artist.
You know what's great with some of these kids now is that they're gravitating to the older
Yes,
music. Like her favorite band is the Beatles.
right.
She
Yeah,
plays Beatles music. She played My Guitar Gently Weeps, and she really did a really good job. It was a magical setting out there in the woods, dark. We
nice.
brought wine, we brought food, and we saw a beautiful show. So anyway, we'll have to I'll send you some information on her, on maybe some video
or something. But
Good.
I'm so happy to see that, because it gives you joy in your heart that, like,
Yeah.
the generation, it's continuing. That love in spirit of the.
Oh, Sean, what are some of the cities that you're going to be playing at?
Let's see,
London or
I'll be it'll be in the Netherlands. So
okay, got it.
Yeah, so Holland. So there's Laward. There's Snake. There's some of these names, man. I tell you what.
Yeah, but I know that in Holland they like to rock and roll.
They do, and you get to usually travel on the river.
Yeah.
Right, and so you get to wake up, have a cup of coffee, play guitar as you're sailing across the North Sea like that.
Wow, that's really great. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you're gonna congratulations on doing that, and you're gonna have a good time.
Yes.
And I want everybody to know that we're going to play a couple of Sean's songs. So when we sign off here, stay on, because you're going to be treated to a couple of Sean's songs. So Sean, I really appreciate you coming on today and buzzing with Cousin.
Hey, man.
And letting us know what you're up to. And I want you to, keep in touch with us if there's an event, what you're doing, or music, or if you're going to do music in Monterey, give me some information. I'll post it on my page, and maybe we'll come out and see you.
We'll catch up.
We're going to catch up, because
yes,
I miss those barbecues we used to have.
And just just looking at the ocean and talking about life.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Sean, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And take care. And everybody hang on. We've got some music coming up. Bye. Hello. Okay, now we got a video of Sean Ryan and Rose Rodriguez. Here we go.
Seeing you walk out that door has got me lying on the floor. I guess I can do this on my own, 'cause I've been here just once before.
Subiendo a la montaña y viendo a la ciudad, preguntando al cielo si encontraré mi hogar.
Guess things will never be the same.
Encontraré mi hogar. Bajando del avión y viendo a la ciudad.
Just when you think that you can't go wrong, recuerda que you are strong.